Hello, welcome to Clydesdale Homestead on this beautiful spring day. Today is March 10th, 2023, and we are still in winter for sure in North Idaho. So today is a great day. I love days like this. We don't have to go anywhere, no obligations. It's just a stay-at-home day where we get to get projects done, work on things on the home and our garden, with our animals, and makes progress at home. But as you can see today, the only outside work we're going to be getting done in the yard will be snow removal. So there's no checking on bees today, no planting an early spring garden. We are not ready for that, obviously. So what are we going to do today? Well, so far, Harold has made a new batch of breakfast sausage. Cooks some of that up tonight to put on our pizzas for pizza movie night. Josh, his plans include taking apart a vacuum cleaner, which has broken. And I was just noticing over here, there's some areas I need to clean since we can't vacuum them up right now. And then he also plans to work on learning guitar. We found a great YouTube video or a YouTuber that has great lessons that are easy for beginners. So he's going to start working on his chords some more. I have some projects to do myself. We're going to check on the little seeds we planted last week in our indoor growing setup. We've got some, I call them one and done projects we want to knock out today. Things that you just have to do once and it's done forever. It's not a recurring chore like the laundry or weeding the garden. Just do it once and it's done forever. As we remodeled the house, we get to the end of projects, there's just that little one more piece of baseboard or one more piece of trim you just need to get up. So today we're going to finish putting the trim up around the crawl space in the ceiling, from the hallway ceiling up into the attic. Some trim needs to be put around that hole in the ceiling. And then we'll get some more baseboards stained so we can put those up pretty soon. That's a one and done project, that ceiling trim. And then the other thing on my project list today is mending. I am not an excellent seamstress or anything like that. I do know some basic sewing, and I've got a little stack of clothes that we could wear again if the holes were fixed or buttons sewn back on, and so I'm going to get to that today also. So come along and join me. I'll show you as we get those things done today on this beautiful snowy Friday. Look at my baby seeds. They have come up. So this is the bok choy. They are doing great. They popped up within 3 days of planting. I was really impressed with the bok choy. And they're from seeds that we harvested ourselves from our bok choy last year. So they are looking great. Then we have the Merlot lettuce, which was our free seeds from Baker Creek. They are popping up nicely. They're kind of purpley reddish, so it might be harder to see there. But they all came up, looking good. Then the last set of seeds we planted were the 2013 package mesclun mix. And look, some of them are also germinating. I'm impressed. I wasn't sure if we would get anything out of that package. There's actually a little dark red leaf one right there too. So very cool. Nothing has come up in these 3 cells, so I'm going to replant those again with this old seed. We'll just hope for the best. But they're doing really well under this light. I just spray mist them, and I think that maybe tomorrow or today I will also soak them from the bottom to make sure they stay nice and damp all the way through, because the mister is just for the top little bit so the new seed stays wet. I read that if you only water from the bottom, sometimes your new seeds won't get enough water to germinate because you need to get it wet all the way to the top. So looking good. That mesclun mix, I'm just going to go ahead and throw a whole bunch of things in since it is so old, and we'll just hope for the best like these little ones. Okay, second project of the day, one of the one and done projects. There is the crawl space hole up into the attic, and we recently repainted the ceilings and the walls and everything. So I took the trim off that was up there, and it needs some new trim. And then it will be done, except there's a little hole there. Maybe we can stick some caulk in that or something to fill in that hole. Okay, these are the trim pieces that go up around the crawl space entrance. They've already been primed, and I'm working on painting them and just get another coat on them. So what are you up to right now?
I am making some spotlights for our tractor for when I blow snow and it's dark outside. I got a couple of these with magnetic bottoms, and they'll mount on the cab and give me some extra light.
Oh, nice. That'll be really nice to have, because you are a snow plower extraordinaire.
I plow the snow, yes.
Okay, while that paint is drying, I came and found my mending pile. So let's see what we got here. Usually I just, if I see something with a hole in it or a button missing, I say, throw it downstairs, I'll get to it later. And then we sometimes forget about these clothes, and sometimes they have even known to not fit anymore by the time I get around to fixing them. But I think everything in this pile will still fit the intended person. Okay, this shirt, what is wrong with it? Oh, yeah. It's pulled out on the side there, and it has ripped also sideways. So I think I'm just going to stitch that up, probably by hand, and then run it along the seam. That'll be easy. Black thread can do that. These are some new pajamas that we just bought. My son had them on, and I noticed that there was a hole right on the seam. So yep, right there. It just wasn't sewn well. So that will be an easy fix also. Right along the seam, I will also use black thread. It makes it easy. Sock. This is a nice wool sock, and I don't see any holes in it. I don't know. Maybe it's just keeping this other sock company, because this one has a hole in it, although it looks like this one is dirty and this one's clean, so that can go back up. I honestly have never darned a sock before. These are nice alpaca wool socks I bought for my son, and I'd like to see if I can fix it. But I don't think I have the right materials to do it at this point, so I'm going to have to maybe talk to someone, buy something that I could use to sew it up. I don't think I should use regular sewing thread. I remember my grandmother had a darning egg. It's this big black egg thing. I know that you need to put something in there. I've heard people use a light bulb or something. I don't. And then you can sew it on a curved surface to stitch it up. So that one I'm going to have to wait on and not fix that today. I asked my son if he had more of these socks with holes in them, and he said yes, but he's been throwing them away. So hopefully I'll be able to rescue some of them if he hasn't actually thrown them away and fix them, because they're really nice thick wool socks, and they are quite expensive. They still fit him, so I really want to repair these instead of throwing them out. Okay, this is a t-shirt of mine. I don't see what's wrong with it. Obviously I haven't missed it very much. I honestly don't see anything that's wrong with it. I don't know why it's down here. It's not 100% cotton. Sometimes we use old cotton clothes that are at 100% cotton to burn in our bee smokers. But this is a poly cotton blend, so we don't want to be burning that for smoke on the bees. So that's not why it's here. I honestly don't see any holes in it. So, okay, done, I guess. Yay. And this one is a shirt of my husband's. Oh yeah, this one is perfectly fine, except the buttons, as a Henley collar, all broke. So they're obviously very poor quality buttons, and all three of them broke and fell off. So cheap, but the whole shirt fits nicely, and it's a nice shirt still. So I want to get some buttons there so he can wear it again, look nice. So like I said before, I am not a seamstress or an expert sewist or anything, but I do have a cookie tin with sewing supplies, so that lends some credibility, right? And I hope I have some buttons in here. I used to have a small button jar, but they certainly weren't like 3 of the same button. So for my husband's shirt, let's see if we can find something that would work well with and not look ridiculous with 3 different buttons. That would be a little bit silly. So cookie tin, sewing supplies, got some fray check. I usually keep the little packets that extra buttons come in when you buy a shirt. That's only one button. Pins, and we even got a nice measuring tape, seam ripper. Oh, okay. Check it out. Buttons, tolerable color, and looks like I've got at least 3 that are matching. Those should work. All right, so I've got my projects. I'll get sewing. Okay, I told you guys I wasn't a professional at this. Check it out, I just turned it inside out, and I had cut off the tag, but I didn't get that all on the inside. I sewed that little part up by hand. So we're gonna have to take another pass at that because nobody wants their little tag hairs hanging out on the outside. So one more try. Okay, I think my 4-H sewing teacher would be rolling over in her grave. And definitely would make me pick that out and do it over. But guess what? She's not here. And I had blue thread in my sewing machine already, so that's what we went with. Let's turn it inside out, and I will show you why it is good enough. Check that out. See? Totally fine. It's just a t-shirt for a child. It is great. And now I can keep wearing this shirt. Okay, let's see the buttons we have to choose from.
Buttons? What?
Yeah, this shirt is missing buttons. They were all breaking off when I washed the shirt. Oh yeah, look at that. 3 buttons that match. Those will be great. Okay, I have 2 red threads. The shirt's kind of a dull. I think I might go with the darker red. Yeah, that's kind of too bright and orangey. Okay. Have to show you this really quick. So years ago, when you would go to a hotel, along with the little soaps and shampoos, there would be a little sewing kit. And my husband would collect these and bring them home. And I have many of them. Also, this one used to have a pink thread and a black thread. So you could stitch up your business clothes if you needed to while you're on the road. And I'm actually using one of these needles today because I can't find my pack of my regular hand sewing needles. So anyway, just thought I'd let you see that piece of nostalgia. The little top slides off and you got some extra buttons. A little safety pin. So cool thing. This is my little sewing helper today. He's got his shirt back, so he's making a little Minecraft creeper. All done. That took me literally 5 minutes, and I've been putting that off for months. So, yay, it's done. Maybe I should have used brown thread. Well, too late. It is good enough.
Second finger, slide the first finger back in the fret and put your second finger right back on that 4th string, 2nd fret. Let's go back to the G chord. Lift up the second finger, slide the first finger forward.
Scraping a little low there, slinging the dirt. All right, what a day. We got so much accomplished. Harold is still finishing up the caulking around the trim up to the crawl space. You can see the winds blowing. It is still snowing outside, and we're wrapping it up for the day. So we'll give that caulk a couple hours to finish drying, and then I'll go and paint over it. Paint's already there in the hallway, ready to go, and then that job will be completely done. And we'll never have to do it again. It's our one and done project. In addition to the things I showed you on the video, we also did some read aloud with my son Josh. We're reading a book about the history of the periodic table. It's pretty interesting, called The Disappearing Spoon, if you're interested. We also completely switched up his math lessons because he wasn't happy with the one he was using and found it too tedious, so we switched up to something he's pretty excited about. And the other things I have to do still before it gets too dark is go and collect the eggs, lock up the chickens for the night, and then we are ready for pizza movie night. We did a lot of great work today, and thanks for following along in a day in the life of a snow day on the homestead where we didn't have to go anywhere and we just got stuff done. So I appreciate you watching. Please subscribe and let me know what you do on a snow day when you don't have any place to be and you can just stay at home and work on projects. What do you choose to do? Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.